The Chicago Bulls just got an injury update in regards to Josh Giddey, who is now listed as questionable for the Bulls' next game against the Atlanta Hawks. We can talk about it all and more right after this. What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content for today, y'all. And the Chicago Bulls have now announced through K.C. Johnson that Josh Giddey is listed as questionable for the Chicago Bulls' next game against the Atlanta Hawks. This is not the best game, not the best thing that you would want to hear for the Chicago Bulls, right? Like the Bulls already dealing with their own injury issues, of course, with having Kobe White and Zach Collins out. You don't want to add anything else to that if you can avoid that, right? And this is an Atlanta Hawks team as well. They're really read up on their defense this offseason to kind of focus on point of attack defense, stuff like that. Now, the Hawks, for what it's worth, are off to a 1-2 start to their NBA season after losing against the Raptors and the Oklahoma City Thunder. They do have a win as we do against the Orlando Magic, so take that for what you will. But nothing really changes for the Chicago Bulls, at least not in my opinion. You got to be ready to go regardless of whatever else it is. The bigger question that I have here isn't just about, the next game for the Chicago Bulls. It's about how long is this thing going to linger, right? Is this something that needs to be worried about as far as lingering on or turning into something down the road? The injury itself is a fourth MCP strain of the right finger. So there you go there, right? So, we'll see. They said that it's unclear to anything in regards to, him finishing the game or not. Billy Donovan did say that, Josh Giddey's the one who basically told him not to worry because Trey was cooking, not to worry about putting him back in the last game. But, you just don't want to have any injuries. Now, it's a slight finger injury. At worst, you could tape it up. You could keep it pushing. At least that's what you would like to think about it when it comes down to it. But, overall, I'll say this. It is what it is. Like, the injuries are going to happen. You're going to have players that miss games. It does suck that it seems like it's something that's just repetitively happening for the Bulls early in the season where you're getting guys missing games. But you got to deal with it. And if Josh Giddey is not out there, you do have Trey Jones, who is a pretty damn good facilitator in his own right. He's going to get after it defensively. You probably move either Kevin Huerter or Ayo Dosunmu into that starting lineup if that's the case. And you just need to hope that Modest Buzelis doesn't have another game with bad foul trouble and all those things kind of tighten up there. So it's an inconvenience, make no mistake about it. And it does suck that this type of thing, would happen for the Chicago Bulls, but it doesn't seem like anything too major. It doesn't seem like anything to worry about. And honestly, I'd say this, and I know this, especially with the Bulls winning their first two games and having some momentum, is that I don't want anything to really get in the way of that momentum. But I'm more so worried about, all right, if this could be something that, let's say he does get hit on the hand and the finger, does it then turn out to where you could sit him out a game and get a couple of extra days rest that maybe he's out for a week or something? Like, I don't know. I'm not medical, so I can't sit there and say anything like that. I just, overall, things like this are going to happen on the season. It's not ideal. It's not what we want, but it is something that every team is going to have to deal with, and the Bulls are not, abstain from dealing with these type of injuries. So, Josh Giddey's having himself a really solid start to the season, averaging over 20 points per game through the Bulls' first two games, filling up the stat sheet with rebounds, assists as well, shooting the ball really good from three so far as Josh Giddey also. So it's not like Josh's production is going to be easy to replace, because it's not, but it is, you gotta deal with that. And luckily the Bulls do have somebody like Trey Jones on this roster who can fill in and do the point guard duties if need be. And that's what you love to see. So overall, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I think it's going to be perfectly fine. I don't think it's anything that we need to worry about or obsess over, anything like that. It's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. And that's just my personal opinion on it. So you guys can let me know how you feel on that, though, and what it goes down to. Reginald says, does that mean it's goatfish time? Man, it could mean that it's catfish time. It could mean that, unfortunately. I mean, I don't want to see that. I don't think very many people want to see that, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Again, I don't mean to like oversimplify it or anything, but it is what it is. You got to deal with injuries. That's just part of the NBA season. There's not going to be a single team who's not going to miss some people that, you know, a key player or two in their roster at some point on the season. It's going to happen. It just sucks that the Bulls have started off the season with some momentum despite losing Kobe White. And, you know, they got to get those things together. Let's see. Reginald says, who'd you rather have as the backup point guard, Carter or Terry for the next game? I don't think you have to run a lineup that straightforward. I think you can stagger Giddey and Io and let them run it, because really I don't really care for either way, the way they actually run the point. Like Javon's a perfectly fine shooter when he gets in rhythm. Dalen Terry's a perfectly fine point of attack defender. But as far as the way we run our point guard position, I wouldn't really want neither one of them to run it that way. I think you just got to change your lineups, and it's not like you know, where 2K where you got to have somebody designated specifically as the backup point guard. Jay Gidd, no. I mean, listen, it's going to happen. It is what it is, bro. Like, I don't want nobody to freak out about this. It is what it is. Iron Trey need to step up for real. Yeah, if he ends up missing some time, for sure. For sure. Hopefully Carter gets his value up so we can move him to Houston. I don't think there's any chance of that happening. Vooch is a much better player than Javon Carter, who's also expiring, and he has no trade market. Javon Carter, yes, his contract's a lot less, but like Javon Carter is not good outside of crunch time. I don't think there's anything the Bulls can do to get him some drastically different trade value, in my opinion. Does it say what the problem is? Yes, it's a MCP strain of his third finger. Hold on, let me go back to the MCP sprain of his right finger. So whatever that is, fourth MCP. So is that the pinky? Is that what that is? The fourth MCP of the right finger. There you go. Strain of that. Whoever knows medical and can worry about that. If only UConn was here. That's funny. So that just is what it is, man. I wanted to bring this update, let you guys know what was going on with the Bulls. You know, when news drops, we drop. It's a very simple process. Hello, Haize. What's wrong with you? I just said it, Davin. I literally just said it. A fourth MCP sprain of his right finger. So that's what's going on with him. Doesn't seem like anything too serious or to worry about. Even if he does, you know, end up missing a game or so, it doesn't really seem like anything. The curse strikes again. Collins, Kobe, and now TBO. Please shut up. I'm still sticking with my bold prediction of 5-1 without Kobe. Next man up. Yeah, I mean, but when you start getting into the fifth and sixth next man up, you start running into players that weren't even meant to be in an NBA rotation. So, you know, we'll see. But overall, like, we've seen this Bulls team rally before when they shouldn't have win games and do it. And the thing about this team is that they end up finding ways, and they really do play together as a team. So there you go. I meant Yuki and I meant healthy in here. Okay, there you go. I was about to say, what the hell is going on? Shane says, cheers, man. What's going on, Shane? Glad to have you in here real quick for this update. But that's it, y'all. That's the time. I don't want to belabor it. It's a really simple update. If anything changes, I'll let you guys know. But as it stands right now, Josh Giddey is questionable for a fourth MCP sprain, and we'll see what happens with that one. But, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys are following us at, metacarpal. Okay, I do know what that word means. That's what MCP stands. That makes sense. All right. Love you guys, man. Make sure you guys are following us at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. And like I like to end every episode on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See you right if you can, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.